Hi there. Today, we are going to learn about the introductions to deep learning with Microsoft Cognitive Toolkit, and previously it's named as CNTK. So first of all, I'd like to introduce myself again. So I'm a software plus web developers. I'm very passionate about AI, machine learning, IoT devices, and some of the mobile apps developments. So this is my this is where you can actually follow me on my blog, Twitter, YouTube. All right. So um, let's get started. So today we are going to discuss about deep learning, and before that, we are going to talk about some of the history that we have been discussed about. So we started from AI using the Microsoft Cognitive Services and some of the bot using the bot framework. Then follow them, we are discussing about Azure machine learning in roughly about a month ago. So and today we are going to talk about deep learning. So don't forget to actually view my YouTube video that we actually streamed a month ago called Azure Machine Learning. So what is deep learning? So deep learning is a subfield of machine learning, and it actually grow from I think around 10 roughly about 10 years ago. So it actually evolved from machine learning, then emphasizing on self-learning, and it is even more complex than machine learning. And the unique part is deep learning is actually using neural networks that try to mimic our neural system in our brains. So our brains is actually keep on learning every single day, and it learns by itself to actually know, so that we know what is right, what is wrong, and we can actually based on the knowledge that we learn in past, to actually predict and make decision for the future. So this is the graph that NVIDIA actually show us. So in 1950s we already have the AI. So it's very early stage of AI. It's not so smart like today, but when times comes into 1980s, then machine learning gets booming. Then more and more people actually um, actually taking the data into the machine learning and do some predictions and some data mining, all these things. Then after that, in 2010s, deep learning come into the pictures, where it allows us to actually learn about pictures, learn about speech, especially speech. So then in these years, so the recent years, so more and more developers gets aware about deep learning, and more youngsters actually learn about deep learning. And yeah, so today we have a lot of hardware, we have a lot of software that allows us to actually make use of deep learning to actually do some smarter apps, like some today we can actually predict traffics, or we can learn about traffics, and some more we can actually learn about what is the intention on the people working on the street. So these are a lot of things that deep learning allows us to do today. So next we are going to learn about what is cognitive toolkits today. So behind the scenes of the technologies today, we have like Skype, we have Cortana, we have Beans, we have HoloLens. All these technologies are actually using deep learning, machine learning to actually achieve what it does today. So like cognitive service, it allows us to actually guess what is the items or objects in the pictures. It can actually the being speech in the cognitive service also allows us to actually translate the speech from the natural language speech into the text. And there are a lot more that we can do today with all these technologies. So Microsoft Cognitive Toolkits is a unified deep learning toolkit that describes neural networks as a series of computational steps via a directed graph. So we have all the technologies using the Microsoft Cognitive Toolkits today. So why do we use Microsoft Cognitive Toolkits over the others? So first of all, it's an open source development on GitHub. So the latest version is just released about 2 days ago. So it's on 2.5, version 2.5. So it always continues development, so you don't have to worry when it's outdated or when it's not supported by the community. All right. So next is because Microsoft Cognitive Toolkits is fast, so is optimized for GPU usage, and it has lots of libraries that supporting you for the developments, and it comes with best in class multiple GPU and multiple nodes or servers algorithms, allows you to scale up when you need. And next we have the toolkits is flexible. The technologies is flexible using the brain scripts, C#, C++, and of course is Python is supported. Then there is NDL, MEL being supported, so you can use any kind of language to actually develop your the deep learning algorithms. All right, and it's running on Linux, Windows, and Docker's container. So since it's supporting Docker containers, you can run on Mac OS, Linux, or Windows. All right, and it's very easy to use and wide range of support on the a lot of models, so like FFNN and CNN, RN, and so on and so forth. So Microsoft Cognitive Toolkits also express the arbitrarily neural networks expression, composing simple building blocks into complex computational networks. And the most important one is production ready. So it's very efficient, it's very accurate, and it allows you to actually scale to multiple GPU and nodes. And of course, when there's more and more data or models coming in, you got to actually consider several aspects. So first will be design. So you have to concern about the numbers of layers, numbers of units. Of course, always you got to experiment what's required. And second one will be activations functions. So enables you to actually use some of the nonlinear models, and loss functions. Then training, you got to actually train your models mechanisms to actually get the optimal weights, so that you always get a very accurate results. And overfitting, so you have to ensure that your models is not going to actually over optimizing on some of the training data set. So Microsoft Cognitive Toolkits also, as what we said just now, is running on Windows, either CPU or GPU. Of course, GPU will get you I mean the result in faster time, and it's running on Linux as well, Docker, and Mac OS of course is Docker, and the last one is more important one would be is cloud supported. So it's running on Azure. You can create the virtual machine directly from the Azure portal. So if you have the Azure account, you can try it. And of course, now you create a trial account. It gives you a $200 Azure credit, so you can try on that. Of course, you have to shut down when you don't need it, or else it will charge lots. All right. So let me share about these few things today. I would like to show you these deep learning virtual machines, which you can actually create directly from the Azure portal. So you can search for deep learning virtual machine, then hit on create. So you can configure everything on over here. So you can select the deep machine learning. So let's call it alright, so let's select Windows today. DL demo, then after that we left the rest as default. I think this name is DL. Alright, so let's create. So we can choose the virtual machine size. I think over here we can't choose it now. Perhaps we have to so there are some regions that we don't have the VM is being supported. So over here we chose West US 2, and allows us to actually use some of the to see some of the VM's options. So you can see it's quite expensive, $600 dollars. So this one is come with the cheapest one, which is roughly about I mean it's using the GPU, so come with 1 GPU and 6 CPU over here. So let's let's try it. So it will run through some of the validations, and we have got to wait for a while. Alright, then after that we just click OK to create the deep learning virtual machines. So yeah, so we just have to take this and we just hit create. Then you can start your explorations on the deep learning virtual machines. Alright. So other than that, I would like to share about CNTK on the GitHub. So you got, as I said, the CNTK version 2.5 is just released about 2 days ago. So yeah, so there is a lot of resources over here you can do about this CNTK. there is examples you can see, you can download, and there are some pre-trained models that speed up your training and some of the basic um, usage. And also there are some tutorials that allows you to actually learn and picking up some of the basics. And other than that, you can actually view on the Microsoft Azure notebook. Then you click on the CNTK libraries. Then there's plenty of the tutorials that you can actually download. Alright, and if you click on this, you'll see there are some introductions that explains in details how the machine learning, how you can actually create, and some of the usage. Like this one is actually a cancer hospital that has provided data, want us to actually determine whether the cancer growth, all these things. Alright, and there are some explanations about the network setup as well, so you can actually view through. And yeah, so let's get back to our slides. So lastly, I would like to share about Onyx. Onyx is an open neural network exchange format. It's an open ecosystems. So one of the reasons why we choose Microsoft Cognitive Toolkits is because Microsoft is actually supporting these Onyx formats. So it's an open format to represent deep learning models. So when you actually train the models, you can actually use across different platforms that actually supporting this Onyx. So it's a collaboration between Microsoft, AWS, and Facebook, and it's supported by community partners like Intel, ARM, AMD, NVIDIA, and it has a shared library with Cafe2, PyTorch, MXNet, and of course Cognitive Toolkits itself. And most important one is open source and no patents. So Onyx aims to actually allow interoperability between frameworks like CNTK, Cafe2, and PyTorch, and allows hardware vendors to focus on one IR in their backend optimizations, and allows developers or data scientists to train in one toolkit and deploy in another one. So you can actually read more about CNTK on CNTK AI, and you can actually download some of the tutorials, source code, and examples on the GitHub. And you can also learn about Onyx, the open neural networks exchange on onyx.ai. And I hope you enjoy my sharing today, and thank you very much. If you have any questions, just leave the comments down below this video, and you can learn more about AI or other machine learnings or cognitive service throughout my channel. Please follow my Twitter accounts, Twitter channel, and thank you for today.